As Covenant was looking at hiring people to provide us the audio, visual, and lighting components of our project, the biggest concern was that we knew we were architecturally challenging because of the design of the room, and we were very concerned about making sure that the sound was intelligible. The purpose of the room was first and foremost was to preach the word. And so that had to be at the highest level. Paragon360 was able to do that. The team that we met with was able to not only explain to us how they would overcome some of these things, but deal with examples of where they had worked in other places and give us some comfort that way that they could overcome the issues that we had. For our church, we did have some what I'll call architectural challenges and constraints that the audiovisual and lighting people needed to be able to encounter and overcome. Paragon360, I think, did this in an outstanding manner. They recognized some of the challenges, I think, early. They worked closely with us to ensure that as they were engineering the solutions to those issues, that we were kept well informed and were well aware of whatever trade-offs needed to be made in order to give us the sound quality that we were looking for in the building. One of the virtues of Paragon360 was that they could bring all components to our need. They brought audio, they brought visual, they brought lighting, and having all of that be done with one vendor was, to me, a great advantage. One of our concerns when we were talking to different vendors was that Paragon360 was not local. And could we get the kind of response that we needed, the timely response, be able to get our issues understood without someone being able to, quote, run over to the project and work through it. Paragon360 accomplished that very, very well. We always found them to be available to us when we needed them by phone. And if we needed them to get here, they did. Fortunately, there wasn't very much of that because of the planning that was done, because of how Paragon360 put their stuff together and communicated it to our contractor and our subcontractors. They were here on a timely basis for reviews at various progress points. And so having different individuals or having all of them be not necessarily local to Naples ended up not being an issue at all. Paragon360 worked with Covenant a lot to understand exactly not just the technical solutions, but what was the experience that we were looking for, what was kind of the worship DNA of Covenant Church, so that they, as we move into this new building, that their expectations would be met in terms of what that worship experience could be. And I would say that that has been very, very well accomplished. All of the comments that I've had from people that have come, both that were here year-round and came in the very first time, to those that have come back because we have a seasonal component to our church, all have been very, very impressed with the worship experience, the design of the building, how the lighting works with the worship experience, seeing how the sound is, and the various things that we now can do through the visual capabilities. Paragon360 has met our expectations. They've done so in an outstanding way. And it would be no problem for me whatsoever, without reservation, to recommend Paragon360 to someone that was considering them in an application or in a project that they had. I think it would be very, very easy to tell them the kind of experience that we had, which primarily was not only did we get an excellent technical solution, but the process by which we got it was always excellent, and we never felt like we were having to pull anything from Paragon360. We never felt like we had to be trying to chase them down during the process. It all went very, very smoothly from beginning to end, and the result was outstanding.